Hey everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Reverse 1999. And for today's video, I'm not alone. I am joined by SteamedBunX. Hello, hello, welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm SteamedBunX, a content creator and a guide maker.
And I would say you're probably the biggest creator for the game right now, aren't you?
Well, for global side, probably yes. That's why I'm trying to also help other creators right now with your accounts
Expand the
and your channel,
scene.
of course.
Yeah, so how long have you been playing? What's your story with Reverse?
I actually started playing when it was in CN. It kind of attracted me because this is like one of the first game that have fully English voice acting made in CN and
It's
have
true.
anime aesthetic. And I kind of just got hooked in the story. I usually kind of jump games. The only game that can keep my attention are like Holyverse game just because it have big stories, right? But Reverse,
Big stories.
even being a big stories, right? Like it's a relatively lower budget looking. It's very aesthetic, but it's 2D, right? Compared to other games. And somehow it just hooked me. And I just kept playing. And I started playing in global as well as dropped me some guides, and then here we are.
Okay. So you started playing when the launch of China? So, right?
Yeah, it
Okay.
launched
Oh,
like
soon before.
half a year before.
Oh, wow,
Half year
okay. Okay.
earlier.
And right now they're trying to catch up the global servers to be at the same time as China for events, right?
I wouldn't say it's complete catch up. They are speeding things up, but I think the entire patch shorten thing probably going to stop after collab.
Okay.
From the way it looks, right? This patch is going to be 5 week. Next patch is going to be 5 week, which allows the CN's 3.2. Actually, no, I think CN's 3.1. I mean, the CN's 3.1 and Global's 2.7 to end on the same week, so they can start the collaboration patch on the exact
Okay.
same week.
So you don't necessarily think they're trying to make everything be the exact same time. It's just more so collabs and stuff can be on the same page. Okay.
Likely, yeah. I don't think
Okay.
they would rush. I mean, if they rush that hard, people are going to be really angry.
That's true. If they just suddenly we have to, yeah, we would be behind the Chinese servers anyway, even worse than it already is, wouldn't we? Be lacking.
Sure.
Okay. All right, well, I guess I'll give my quick TLDR because you guys might be on my channel for the first time thanks to this collab or just finding this video if you're looking for some beginner advice as well. So for this video, we're going to have him give me some advice. We're going to take a look at my account, give some beginner tips because there's new players starting all the time. And I'm a new player. I've been doing, I've been playing for what is it? Let's see. I could go to my little thing here and see how long I've been playing. So I've played literally, I listed them, 20 gacha games. So this isn't my first rodeo with this genre, but I'm only 40 days in for my account here. I'm a baby for this game still, and I'm playing the story pretty slow. But I started with like Raid Shadow Legends and the Western graphic style games. My main channel is Watcher of Realms. This is my secondary channel. And I have slowed down a little bit for content creation because I became a mama. I also had Bell's palsy happen with my face, so that put me on a big pause for a while, but I just look like a derpy pirate
Ooh.
now. It's fine.
I just want to say congratulations becoming a mom. Also, welcome
Thank
to Reverse
you.
1999.
Appreciate it. Alright, so I guess let's just dive in here. So hopefully this video and this conversation can help other new players to find a direction for where to go with their accounts as well. That's kind of the goal. I'm not just trying to get some easy help. I want to, you know, help everybody. So I started with Showdown in Chinatown, and I did get Liang Yue and Jiu, who was running on her banner at the same time. And I did start going hard on her. I got her already level 55, Insight 3.
Nice.
But then I pulled for Recoleta, and my plans changed because I really wanted to go with this Recoleta, Melania, and then like Lopera, Cacania, or like, I don't have Fatuto and Flutter Page that everybody uses in every comp. I don't have Pickles yet that everybody uses in every comp. So Cacania was my choice. But I guess this is the first start. What do you think about this core 4 being one to max out? Is that pretty solid, or do you have any suggestions?
Your account is actually incredibly well right now. So couple things. So did you get Junyangzi on like Liang Yue's banner because you lost 50-50 to her, or did
No,
you
I
pull her
got
separately?
2 copies of Liang and I got a Geo. I got very lucky, but limiteds, I've gotten everything within like 10 to 30 summons.
Huh.
Everything else takes me to
That's
pity.
actually insane. That's
Uh,
actually insane.
I got two. I got a P1 Liang
Hmm.
and 1 Geo. It was easy. But everything else sucks.
Nice.
I'm terrible luck.
Hmm.
I did pull on the standard banner because I watched an old video that gave the advice to just pull on standard banners that was over a year old. So that was oops. But I did get Isolde, which was cool because she's interesting. So that wasn't a bad prize at the end. But that was gonna be my original focus was her with Isolde, and then do like a Cacanio Lapera team. But then I really liked the play of Recoleta and Melania. It's just a little bit more fun. I feel like Geo needs more setup, and I don't know that I like the whole mechanics with the tipsy and all that. It just seems like there's a lot of downtime. I want a little more excitement, so I rolled with this team.
So first, like Recoleta Millennia is probably currently the strongest team. Now the team will be like become more of average, just how every other
Okay.
team is once we move on. But right now, Recoleta Millennia is the strongest team in the game. Of course, Pickles is going to make the team stronger, but you don't actually have to try to get it. The reason I say this is next patch, they will give you a free selector for
Pickles.
all the Euphoria characters until like until like this patch, right? So Pickles is in there, but also Mad Puck is in there, and you can select those. Also, on top of that, you're right. Jill have a lot of downtime right now. Jill is not complete a meta character right now. However, next patch, Jill will become meta because she's getting her Euphoria, and with it, she just I would say become a broken tier character again,
Okay.
especially if you have Pickle with it. So right now I would say you don't have the base for impromptu, right? You don't have the base for impromptu with like Barcarola and Voyager.
Mm-mm.
So I actually wouldn't pursue that team just because like it would be too expensive to pull for everybody on that team. You can probably right now pursue ultimate team, right? Ultimate team and full up team. For full up team, you have the choice of Liang Yue and Julian as your main. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was hoping with maybe 37 in the future if I can save enough to get her from the shop. That's my hope.
Mm-hmm. I think 37 is in the shop right now in CN. So
Yeah,
that
that's what
means
I know that that's what
anniversary-ish,
people teased.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like if save if you can, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll start saving. I was being bad and I was buying summons because I polled the people. I'm, what do you guys do? Do you guys actually save? And like no one saved. Everyone's like, nah, I don't have time for that. And I'm like, okay, fine, I won't save either. And now I kind of regret that, knowing that it's not quite as hard if you're at least a light spender like I am to save. It's a lot,
Mhm.
but it's manageable if you can be patient.
It is true. I would say like it used to not hold value because they only have the release character in there, but now it is actually starting to have useful characters, especially with Euphoria. Right.
Okay.
Oh wait, so I just noticed like your Millennia is not fully Euphoria.
No, I can't. So this is the trouble. New player problems. I
I
cannot
see.
get this. It's just I have to do this. I have to get keys. I have to do reveries, and I got stuck. So I got to 40 meters, and that was it for now.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's no other ways to get keys besides the ways I've earned from the events. So new player
Mm-hmm.
problems is just like I'm kind of stuck with. I got so excited. I worked so hard, used all my freaking stamina to get her up, and then that happened. Ooh, at least I have another resonance. Let's go. That was my other
Oh,
focus
nice.
for her.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
this key, right, actually come off from some of the event give you, Battle Pass give
Yeah.
you some,
Okay.
and actually in the future, right, starting next patch, Revelry will be a lot more accessible to new players, just
Okay.
because they will have a roster each patch you can borrow in there.
Oh,
So those
fun.
are actually extremely built, and
Okay.
I can promise you have the right team to use them in, but for most part they're still useful.
Okay.
Um, like you don't have a lot of healer access right now, right? So you only have Kakania and Lopero build for your healer.
Yeah, I do have
Next
a
patch,
Insight 3 Yenisei because I got those resources to take a 5-star to instant
5 to max.
3. And I do have more
Yeah,
of
that
those.
is
I have
really
2 of
nice.
those that are sitting there waiting, so if there's any other 5-star you think I should throw in, like Balloon Party, I know people seem to love. There's a lot, but I do have those currency ready to be used.
Well, Bloom Party is just really convenient, but since you are not planning to run pickles, right, you can actually consider wait next patch and grab Workday for your Recoleta team. I know I'm saying a lot of next patches, but
It's
unironically,
okay.
next patch is
I got this to
insane.
focus on for now, working on their resources anyways, so I can be patient.
So if you're talking about Recoleta, right, I was saying like you can pick up pickles for free,
Yeah.
right? So that's going to make the team a lot stronger. That's
Okay.
also going to make Junliang Zi's team a lot stronger. He works as support for both of them, and he's insane for both of them.
That was my plan. The selector 100% was already planning to go with him. That's why I went Melania on the Ripples banner, because I was going to go Pickles on the selector. So who would Pickles replace? Lopera or Kakania?
It's going to be Kakania. Unless your
Okay.
Kakania is like P3, she
No.
cannot solo sustain.
Okay. That's good
Yeah.
to know. And I was just about to grab her Psycube next, so maybe I don't right now. Maybe I grab
It's
something
still a
else
good
that's a little more
grab.
impactful.
It's still a good grab, I would say, because it make her a lot tankier. It's a very strong health Psycube.
I don't have the Sweetheart one yet for Melania, though. Would that be more priority?
So it's actually, so the thing is, right, Melania might be like strong for as a support, but her overall damage contribution is still not that high.
Okay.
Like mostly, if you're playing that team, Recoleta is going to be doing most of the damage, especially you combine her with Pickles. So I would say Melania's Psycube is actually not as important
Okay.
as getting your supports utility Psycubes first.
Yeah, I don't have Lopera's yet either. I've been using Blasphemer of Night.
Yeah, actually, do you have the that Inquisitive Deer?
I don't. Oh wait, yes I do. Yes I do. Because I did get that one. Yes.
Yeah, this one increased the healing die. It's actually more useful
That's
on
true.
her right now.
Okay, on Lopera. Okay. I find her so weird because like when you first read her, she doesn't even sound like she's a healer. You're like, what? It's just that you have to dive deeper.
Oh yeah, you have
Yeah.
it's hidden in her inside.
Yeah,
I mean, when I was
exactly.
looking at her kid, I was like, how is she healing? How does
That's
this
what
even
I
work?
at first I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
I mean, even when you look at right now, like functionally, how do you heal your ally by shooting enemies?
Yeah, exactly. It's confusing. Okay, so at least I know a little bit. So my direction will be good. I guess I won't regret having someone good like Gio built for the future because we're gonna want stronger teams for each of FATELESS, right?
Right. Oh, there's one more character I'm seeing on your account. That is Sotheby. Like I see you built her a little, right? She's
Yeah.
not that good before Euphoria. You need to
Okay.
unlock her Euphoria for her to be
Okay.
good. But once she Euphoria, she become one of like really strong healers in the game.
She was my first healer that I really built, so she's already at Resonance 9 at least. So she's started. She's starting.
You know a funny story about Sotheby? When I just started playing global, I was really confident, and so I started trying to beat Limbo really early on, and then I was getting my ass kicked on stream. It was a very long stream of me just resetting, and then somehow I was like, screw this! I'm just gonna have Sotheby spamming her skills so nobody dies to the Miss Trash Bags.
Oh
For those
gosh.
people who played for a long time would know that very particular enemy. It was really scary. And then somehow Thosby as a main DPS helped me pass through that stage. It is truly a Sotheby moment.
Interesting. Is she better strongest with other poisoners though overall? Because she does like a poison explosion, right?
Yes, but honestly speaking, we just use her anywhere because
Okay.
she's just that good as a healer. Even
Okay.
even though she doesn't provide any more utility, she's still just a very strong healer.
Okay. Cool. So, future plans. You said the 2.7 is really strong because that has Capernia, is right? Is that when she comes? And then,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's Kiparina.
Oh,
Kiparina
Caperina.
is
Sorry.
a
Yes. Okay.
character you can actually use relatively well because you do have follow-up teams. Supposedly she's designed for impromptu incantation, right?
Mhm.
She's are you familiar with the impromptu incantation team?
I've seen it mentioned, but I don't know anything about it. No, not yet.
It's basically a team where everybody just use their skill, which builds up a specific. Think about it's like a specific bar, and
Mhm.
then at the end of the turn depends on how much of that bar is filled. It does damage. It's a little bit more stuff to it, but like she's designed for that team. But
Okay.
she actually worked with full up team as well, and she shields your team for like 7,000 health per turn for
Okay.
free, as long as you do enough hits.
That sounds great. Yeah, survivability. All right, so we know she's great. And then in the future, of course, the next limited is known to be amazing, right? Everyone's pretty high on Nautica.
Absolutely
Yeah.
broken.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Okay.
broken.
So yes, get her. Yes, TLDR, yes. Okay. And then Assassin's Creed. So we don't know anything about those heroes yet besides just figuring out who the silhouettes are, right? I watched your video where you thought you knew who the characters were, but we don't know anything about their kits, right? No teases?
Yeah, we don't have any teases at all because
Okay.
usually we have access to character in the future because CN has them, but
It's true, but they
collab for the
don't.
both side are gonna be in that same patch. They're just gonna insert it before our anniversary for global.
Is there any way to see the characters that I don't have right now, or no?
Yes, you can click the Rose
Oh, it
Atlas
is
in the
here.
middle,
Okay. Yeah.
and then click Bound Volume to check the entire roster on the right top right corner. Yeah, there we go. And then you can look at all of them. They have their kits
Wait,
in here as
where?
well, and you can sort.
So this is only showing mine. Where's the button to see all of them? I don't see that.
Oh, there are all of them. Like the one that is
Oh, I
shadowy,
see.
just click them.
Okay, it'll
You
let
can
you
actually
click
see their
them.
kits.
Okay. So my other thought was besides, all right, we know Pickles is key for a lot of teams. So he's my selector plan. For a follow-up team, I was gonna get her to go with Liang. I think it was a follow. Yeah. And then the other thing that I've seen in every freaking team suggestion practically is a couple of really cute, lovely ladies, Batutu and Flutter Page. Now, they seem just like they're so well suited in like almost any team. Like, is that still the case as we progress through the higher versions in China as well?
Well, technically, it's not that they're well suited in every single team. Is that their niche is supporting follow-up characters, and
Okay.
a lot of character just kind of cross niche into follow-up.
Okay.
How do I say this? So think about like Nautica, right? Nautica has her own niche in the future. Some people probably have seen her big ultimate spike. Her team is based on mostly about losing health and then converting that lost health into damage. Except all of her attacks are counted as follow-up as well. So Flutter Page, who has insane buffing capability for follow-up character, also buff her damage to an incredible degree. And this is also same with like other character like Lucy and Auric, all those characters in the future. They all just, even though they have their own niche, they're also a follow-up character. So
Okay.
Flutter Page can just
Interesting. Oh, the AP boost, that helps too, doesn't it? Okay.
yeah.
Got it. Yeah, so are those characters you think I'll still want to keep in my sights either way? Because, like, for going forward?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
The
They
must-haves if they
actually
pop on a
just
banner?
it's for some reason all the true limited characters so far are follow-up characters in one way or
Oh,
another.
interesting. Okay. And they are So I like that they bring them back at a pace that is predictable, because then people can plan. That's one thing that I think a lot of gachas don't do well, is they do well for their pocketbooks. They prey on FOMO, and then last minute they throw you something when you just spent all your summons, and then you're screwed and you don't know, and your people, they hope people will spend, when really they just stress people out and make them quit their damn games. But here, I mean, we know, like, okay, Geo just got rerun because she was last year at the same time, right? So like, I think that's really nice to have some prediction to big characters that you miss. So at least a new player coming in, you're like, all right, I missed Lucy, I want her, I know exactly when she'll be back. At least what patch, right?
True. This is also what I like about the reverse. Even though people hear me defending Holyverse all the time, but to be honest, reverse is like gacha system is better. It's a really healthy mix of Holyverses and Japanese gacha.
Yeah.
So Holyverse gacha have decent rate. Like we see it as low, but like in reality, you count everything in, it's actually decent rate. But character are all limited. They don't go to standard. You can't lose your 50-50 to them.
That's true.
And then the Japanese gacha game have abysmal pity, because usually it's 200, 300 spark system that doesn't carry over between banners. And then but the benefit is most of those characters go into standard banner afterwards. And reverse have better rate than Holyverse, a healthy 50-50 system, and a pity system that carry over for most banners, but also have most of the character go into standard after 3 patches. So like, it's make the experience a lot better in my opinion.
So like a new character like Recoleta, she won't be in the like standard banners immediately, or not this one, I guess. It'll be like these other event banners, but eventually.
Oh, they are actually in the standard. You can lose 50-50 to those characters eventually in any banner. So specifically for Recoleta, the patch after anniversary, you will be able to unironically lose your 50-50 to her in any banner.
Okay.
You don't have to pull her on pickup. I still suggest if you aim for someone, don't just randomly gamble. The rate of getting a specific character is very low.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. All right, now, I guess let's talk about this big old bad boy. Content. Holy freaking cow. A new player coming in. There's a lot to do. So I've been trying to push my story. So for context, I did all the battles, skipping the story for the last couple chapters, but recording some moments up until here. Like I'm at the boss first, chapter 6. But I realized that there's just so many spoilers in the battles. So trying to story skip just to push through to do the content and get the resources is not good if you really want to follow the story, at least after chapter 5. I think before that it wasn't that bad, but chapter 5 and onward is so spoilery. So I'm trying to do this live, so I'm progressing very slow. But I guess that's part of my questions regarding content is, should you just purely focus the main story until you get stuck and ignore everything else? Or where do the priorities lie? There's so many things. This 3 doors popped up. I was trying to do a little bit of that to get some rewards, and that's pretty time consuming. Window to the Other World, Series of Dusks is super story intensive as well. And I'm trying not to story skip. I do like the stories, so I'm trying to enjoy the game at the best pace. But yeah, there's a lot. So what do you think a new player should kind of focus on for priorities?
Now, this is going to be more of a do as I say, don't do as I do, okay? I actually suggest everyone to just take your time and have fun with the story. The story doesn't stop you from progressing, okay? You can continue to progress your account without going through the story immediately. You only need to get past like chapter 4 to unlock everything, all the important. Actually, maybe there are some
chapter 5. It does require to get
for reveries.
Yeah, but that's okay.
But yeah, like you don't have to go all the way through super quickly to unlock every single content. It's not going to block your account progression. You will have some polls in there, of course, if that's what you prioritize. But if not, I would highly suggest take your time with the story, right? Of course, one of the for like those people who do get engaged with the gameplay a lot, right? I do suggest focus on trying to get past limbo. So
Yes.
artificial
I'm on
symbolism, right? Trying to
16.
be able to clear all of that. That tells you that your account is at a relatively healthy position. You can't beat the hardest content yet, like Reveries, but really Limbo is like
Okay.
where it kind of tests your account at a decent degree, right? Like even a casual for fun team can clear this at decent investment. Outside of that, story-wise, I would definitely with all the new stories, make sure to check out those. They sometimes contain spoiler. This has been got really
I
bad with season 2 because they kind of got integrated into the main story.
Yeah, I can't do this
But
until because it is chapter 9, so I have to get to chapter 9 first. So it's like you can't even do it because it is the main game.
yeah, that's kind of a little bit issue. But for the character story, if you find it too spoilery, you
Just
can
skip.
actually skip through it for now, and you can go onto YouTube. There are going to be people who archive it once you're ready to check out their actual personal story. The personal story are really good. Unfortunately, they're not voiced. I wish they were, but they are usually
a lot of
very
rewards.
interesting. That as well. Definitely don't miss those out. Right, but as a new player, skip through those stories is fine.
Okay.
Right, for those events because they're gonna go away. You don't want to miss it.
Oops. Go away thing. Yeah, I realized in the very beginning I almost didn't do anything because I was like, no, I don't want to get spoiled. But for like Geo's story, I ended up doing that. Now this one, I know I'm not gonna get to the chapter 9 by the end of this month or whatever, or at least within the 14 days of her story. So I just went ahead and story skipped, and like you said, I will probably watch it when I get to that point. Because it sounds like her story is a continuation after the main chapter. I was like, should I just watch it now with no context or wait till I get to the main story? And it was suggested to wait to get to the main story first, at least.
Well, do you mind? You know what? I'm just not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
I'll let you discover it yourself.
Okay. What about as a new player? Like, I ignored most of it at first just to focus the main story because there is a lot to do. But I didn't realize that a lot of things reset. So, okay, artificial somnambulism resets every it's only monthly, or is it every 2 weeks? I'm a little confused by this one.
It's monthly now. So it used
16th?
to be every 15 days, but so it refreshed on the 1st and the 16th. Something like that. Or 30th and 16th. It's one of the two. Okay, it's like middle of the week. Middle of the month and the beginning of the month, and now they kind of switch, add in this lucid skip, so both of this mode is going to be refreshing once every month, but you basically have something to do for any game every 15 days on this.
So I almost missed out on doing my surface because I was just totally ignoring it for the reset's sake. So yeah, what else do you think as far as making sure like you at least do something before it resets, even if you're a new player? Is there anything else like that?
So there's 2 more things that actually do reset over time. Number 1 is actually Reverie in the Rains. Obviously, you haven't reached there. But in Reverie in the Rain, in the euphoric zone, once you reach a certain point, you will have access to like basic, what do you call it? I would say basic. It's like one of the lower currency that you can just claim every week.
Oh, like this one here?
A bit of claim you can claim. Yeah, you can claim some of it every week. And then there's going to be a called Voyage of Volatility. You need to get past 100 meters for that. This resets every... I actually don't know how often it resets. I just go do it after it resets.
Yeah, there's no info for that one, so I don't know.
The other one I actually suggest is the Window to the Other World, aka the Dusk. So every week you get 8 points. And if you just go all the way through, even if you lose at the boss, it gives you extra rewards, which speed up you. There's a lot of good stuff in the rewards, right? Like a lot of resources that everybody's lacking. I think later on there is also Euphoria materials. Golden Alley, that is all the reward. You can preview everything.
Yeah, I do remember seeing this. Okay. You get the character for free, right? That's Lorelei?
Lorela,
Yeah.
something like that. Something like
Oh wait,
that.
it's the same name from Gilmore Girls. We should know how to say this. I don't know.
A lot of
Okay.
orange mats in there. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's really helpful for sure. Okay. So just at least do enough to to have 8 gone, so when it refreshes on Monday reset, you're not.
Yeah, it's basically just
Okay.
one run per week.
Okay, so
And
one
if you
run
turn on
gives.
the DLC, it's super short.
I did the expansion for 2 of them, but I didn't do the last one. But
The
that's what
last
was
one makes
suggested.
the entire thing really fast, really short, very
Oh,
specific.
really?
But it could
Someone
be
said it's really
making
hard
things
though,
hard.
like they might not be ready for it. Wait, I don't know.
It have this new cost system. Not really cost. I guess it's kind of cost. So it's going to give you a selection of artifact, but in the same time, it comes with some kind of negative effect that
Okay.
make enemy hit harder or like you generate less moxie, stuff like that.
I guess I can feel it out.
For you.
So if I like blast through it the first time super easy, just go turn on the other one?
Might as well. I mean, you
Okay.
are on low difficulty right now, and you have led the team.
Sounds good. I'll have to give that a try. All right, now we have to talk about the shops. So spending wise, I buy the monthly pass, the jukebox. I buy the what is it called? What is the monthly thingy? The monthly card? Where the hell is it? Subscription. There it is. Roaring Month. Yeah, and that. I personally am a fan of buying summons occasionally, as long as they're worth $1 or less for value. I don't ever spend if they're more than $1. Is there anything else that really sticks out to you that if you're a low spender, you should try to purchase?
Usually, I guess my tolerance with gacha currency is a bit higher, so I do go with offer of the month.
Okay.
As my baseline, this is $25 for 20 pulls, so it's
Oh,
slightly over $1, right? And then I go with the sometimes like in the event mail, the super cheap $1, $2 one usually have good value, right? Like Gate of the Size, $2 for 2 pulls, but anywhere higher, they start kind of inflate the price using materials. I only buy them because I try to pull for every single character, and obviously that's going to require me to have at least some level of purchases.
That's fair. Okay. I'm so used to pulling for every single character too from all the games I played, but the content creator program doesn't quite give much for that, and I'm not gonna be getting free resources, so I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I feel you.
I can't really get away with that.
Unless I'm content creating, I don't pull for every single character. Like like I look like a WoW, right? When you look at me playing with like $100, $200 a month on the game, but for like
that's
Genshin,
not much for a gacha.
Those,
yeah, that's not much, right? It goes.
Well, I actually only buy monthly card in those and season pass. Like, I'm a super low spender on most gacha game I play.
I'm a sucker for skins, so like I bought a couple so far. I really liked this version of her, so I did buy this one because I thought it was super cute.
So true.
Yeah.
It just means you have taste.
You like that one too? I like that one. I also loved the more Asian Sotheby. It's super cute. It fit with my girls. I had like Jiu and Liang and Sotheby. They were all matching.
One thing I like the skin in Reverse 1999, or just character design in general, right? They're the kind of clothes, if you wear them outside, it doesn't put you completely out of place a lot of time. You know, like a lot of those clothes doesn't put you out of place. Unlike a lot of normal anime gacha game design.
Yeah, like
where it looks super out of place. Yeah, this is just peak design.
She's cute.
It's so good.
I like it. So the funny thing was I hated Melania because she's upside down in her picture. Like I'm like, no, I'm not gonna have a roster with her upside down. Why is she upside down? Like I couldn't stand that like upside down with the rest of the characters. So I'm really glad that they gave us this one. Although I might buy this one because it's really pretty. I don't know. Debating if they bring it back. We'll see.
I actually like the season pass one more personally. Just personal opinion.
It's cute.
She's so cool in my opinion. Yeah.
So back in the shop here, besides spending, we have our pawn shop, which I'm definitely guilty of buying stuff at times that I probably shouldn't have because I just wanted to get a character maxed out or something. But of course we have so many unilogs to buy monthly, and then the polarization. Are those two probably the main focuses, you think? There?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, like polls is priority, but polarization, we really do have issues with that material as a whole. It's been going on for a very long time. Even as me as well, I still run into issues, especially in CN where I spent less. I just ran into a situation where I just don't have enough to actually max out my Psycube. A new Psycube comes like, wait a second, I can't get past level 50 on it. But as a whole, from the weekly quest, you get enough to get all the unilogs. So if you pull a little, you will be able to grab the polarizations. After that, you can just do whatever you want with them. Just make sure have enough on the poll already prioritized.
Okay. Treble counter, like I said before, I was really bad and I started buying unilogs even though I was initially saving, so now I'm trying to resave again because I know 37 is in a few patches. But these are... I'm gonna try to be patient and see if I can save up again, but I'm only at 25 there. Is that really, like, the kind of things that people would buy, or do you actually buy the polarizations and stuff because they are so rare? What do you think here? Focus characters.
Well, if you're well like me, only if you're well like me, then... Otherwise, polls. Otherwise, polls or characters. I just buy polls because I have everyone. But like for some people, if they have like a character they know it's coming, based on CN's schedule, you can save for them, right?
Okay, and then this is that's that. So fragments, I did see. This is weird. So I noticed like sometimes they go on sale. Is there like a rotation to that or something, or how does the limited work?
Actually, they are always on sale. Most of them. Like some of the older ones doesn't have sale. For example, like Shuri's Leisure, right? But most of the newer one that's from the event they're just permanently on sale.
I think after reset, I was gonna buy Lopera or Cacanias, so they're both on sale, luckily.
Right. The way it works with the limited is that your account can only have one copy of each. So
that's fair.
Once you buy them, you can no longer buy another copy unless it's like the initial release.
So you just have to use the gluttony for leveling them up. Okay. And then besides like the very beginning of getting like one or two of these to get you started, like I got what did I buy? I don't remember. Oh no, I just chose it from that selector. I think I bought Yearning Desire. Is there any of these lower tier ones that you should actually buy or not really? Just get the mats.
To be frank, they're completely worthless. Do not touch. They will break your account. Well, not really break your account, but in the upcoming patch, I think in CN right now, you know how like Anecdote has 5-star Psycubes? They're actually good. And they were added to the shop, so from the anniversary, you can now purchase those Anecdote Psycube you have lost.
Oh yeah, like is it 37 has like a 5-star Psycube? I remember someone I was looking at.
Yes, it is really good.
Yeah, okay.
It was with the ice cream. I forgot what it's called, but it's better than her old one.
Okay, so I'll keep an eye out for that if they.
Now the other thing is all this one you're saying. Well, the one on the top at least. Those with limited. As soon as the character becomes standard, which is after 3 patches.
Yeah, like she's already here
they
too.
They will be added here as well.
Noir was added immediately the next patch.
Wait, really?
Yeah, she's already here.
Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe they changed it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait.
Noir's here already.
Wait a second. Am I dumb? Maybe I'm dumb. Hold on.
Maybe maybe they changed it. You didn't even notice.
Yeah, well, I don't miss Psycubes, but like
and then,
that's crazy.
They're not showing me the other one because I already have it, right? Like they're not showing me Liang if they added that one because I already have it, maybe. But yeah, Noir's here, so it's possible they're all just coming right away. That's cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then Okay, so besides site cubes, this resource is a pain in the ass for sure too. I've been always running out. These are the things that reset only with artificial somnambulism. Do they ever come with events too, or just artificial?
Just artificial.
Okay.
At least this currency is just artificial, but the
Yeah.
event gave you those restless mats.
That's true. At least we can get the materials. Okay. So yeah, I bought the cheap ones that I can first, and then you just focus the main ones. Or does this become more of a scarce resource? So far, I have a bunch of that, but it doesn't seem to be hard.
I'll be honest, not for me.
Okay.
I have stopped checking this part of the shop.
Okay. Really?
Last time I looked, I had like 9k currencies. Because like, I mean, they always give you kind of more than you need because like you can't expect they have to let a new player catch up, so they do give you more than you need as a long term.
And like I'm in the process of trying to build everybody, so but once you've got your core account pretty set and you're only adding in new characters, you're not going to use the resource very much. I have that problem.
Yeah, you're going to retirement.
I haven't done anything from Nostalgia Shop yet, so we'll see about getting this resource, but that's only when you get duplicates of the items that are rerun in the shops, right? Okay. Wilderness, I'm so bad with Wilderness. I guess that's kind of the next part. I think this is something that when I mentioned it, everyone's like, oh yeah, I haven't even touched that. Like, it just seems to be like a common thing that people forget about, at least when laughing in my live streams. But it does let you get your resources up for like the sharpened Dante and dust. So is there any priorities here that you can suggest as far as, I guess, making sure you do certain activities, or can you ignore the critters like I have been, or is like, what do you think about Wilderness?
Personally, as a new player, if you don't care too much about aesthetic, if you just want to have as much resources, min-maxing that part, then you definitely want to get as much vigor as possible. So vigor is this number on the top right corner, which increase your overall output, but also increase how many character you can put in for the bond stuff, which give you rewards. Each character's bond is like almost a pull, I think, or at least half one. Right, they give you a lot of
yeah, I've been working on
clear drop for it.
Every time I get someone to 100%, I've been pretty good about rotating in someone else. So
yeah, the way I usually do it, this like I just click the bond and then like I just look at one that's 0 bond and switch them in.
Oh, okay.
But outside of that, right? So I saw you have a lot of those currencies, right, for the purchasing of stuff. You can just buy sets like automatically and then just literally just start putting them everywhere. Just put them in there.
That's true. So just placing the islands and placing. Like, I think I've done all my buildings except for like the couple extra little ones here.
The critter one doesn't actually matter. Like, the critter one doesn't give you any real resources. It's a separate game mode. I personally enjoyed it, but if you just want to focus on reverse, it doesn't do anything.
That was like the one thing in the game that I'm like, do I have to click this one critter to level him up like 20 times? Do I really have to? Like, I don't want to. I thought
they add the quality of life, but still.
Oh, they did? See, I feel like this part here, like, when you have to like upgrade this is like you have to click every single one and and it was like, okay, can I?
So there's something I do, right? So you can go click into. So if you click place, you can click the plate right now. If I remember correctly, at this point they should have a quality of life. Just click the complete, and then like one of their actual one that have 3 on it.
Yeah. Right, that's a special one, so that didn't do it. Okay, that was
so one of the regular ones. So now don't click too fast. Okay, so you can actually after this you can actually click one of those 3 times, I think. Yes, so you can do them 3 times.
Oh my gosh, there's multiple times.
And then after start, click your escape, and you can literally skip this part of it.
Oh,
you can skip the training and the dialogue at all. This is something I just learned because I get annoyed by that as well.
Yeah. I didn't know there was 3 at once. That will save a little time. Okay. But, oh yeah, what do
But
we
yeah, you
even
don't have to do
get?
this.
I guess it's just you get the
Nothing. It's
resource.
just more creators.
That's it. So, oh wait, do we get? I did see the handbook had stuff where you can get more island space and buildings, but it's not
Oh,
really
that's one
needed. You
thing.
don't
That's about
think?
it.
Okay,
Doesn't
just
do anything for your resources. I'll just be honest. Your
yeah.
vigor is capped at a certain point,
Okay,
and that doesn't increase it. It's not a big
okay.
deal if you don't min max, but I think it's a fun little game mode that I had a little bit fun breeding different critters.
I think once I'm more caught up on everything else, maybe when you don't have as much
Hmm.
to distract you, that could be fun to look at more. But I feel like there's too many other things I need to do that are very time consuming. But the good thing is, this game has no PvE, or sorry, no PvP. There's no arena.
So true.
There's no clans to worry about. There's no leaderboards to stress. So you're just racing yourself. That I love.
Yeah.
That's the big thing I think overall is, yes, do I want to catch up and get as many summons as I can so I can get all the new characters? Yeah, of course. But am I going to have the resources to build them anyway? No.
Exactly.
So,
Also, like I would say, like the wilderness as a whole is just retirement game mode. You're retired from
yeah,
like most of the other stuff. It's like, oh, look,
exactly.
cute critter.
Yeah, I think I need to focus on things like all these, getting all the resources from all these places first. Because there is a lot of random stuff through
Third,
here. So many.
I would say, as a new player, if you guys are looking at this, for the third door, the second and the third one are fine. Do them first. Don't
Yeah.
touch the first one. When you touch
Really?
the
I already
first
did
one,
the...
make sure you have a guide.
Oh, it's so annoying.
The
The first one
the
was like
second and third one is well designed. The first one have insane amount of backtracking and puzzles that's not
Yes.
very obvious.
So it gets
Just
better, not
copy a
worse.
guide.
Okay, good to know. Because I literally had to look up a
Second, third one
video
are
for
fine.
this too. I definitely copied a guide for a couple moments. I'm like, what the hell does it want me to do? And I was like going around in circles. Or like you have to grab something and walk halfway across the map with it. And it was, yeah.
It was bad. It was bad. Everybody hated it.
I'm glad to
just
know
you.
that that gets better. I was expecting it to get worse, so that's reassuring. Okay, so... Okay, what's a TLDR? If you looked at my account a little bit, what would you be doing if you open up your game? How would you be finishing... Like, how would you be progressing the account overall here on out?
So right now, I would focus on your resonance. I noticed that your character progressed in like their levels far more than their resonance, especially when it comes to your DPS.
Okay, I stopped at
Now, you're
9 for
getting
most,
choked.
except for 10 for her. She's the only one I have 10 on.
Yeah, so 10 is where you want to be.
Okay.
Right? From 9 to 10, you get like what? 11 more space on the board. Is that 11? Actually, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus 6, 13 more space on your board, and it's pretty huge of a difference in terms of stats. So that does make difference. However, for most of your character, you should prioritize reaching that on level 10. And number 2, like for new players at least, once your end game doesn't. For new players, I would not raise character to level past level 30.
Okay.
Because after that you are still gaining stats, but it got ridiculously expensive.
Okay.
You can use that stamina to farm something else instead for now.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's
Right?
very true. I was worried because I thought maybe max one person your main DPS to 60 and then everyone else get there eventually, but oh, focus.
Most of the content right now shouldn't require to do that. I feel like your team, once you have your Lepera a little bit raised, actually the Millennia a little bit raised on your resonance, you should be able to pass the current Rever in the Reigns. I mean, would you like to have a backseat session where I help you clear that?
I mean, wait, now
I
you
want
mean?
the back. I'm just okay. Yeah. I mean, might as well. Yeah. I mean, you do have Recoleta.
Okay.
She should destroy it.
Oh, and just a quick note, we're gonna cut that right there, and I'm gonna make a separate video for the Euphoric Zone with a little bit of coaching and gameplay by SteamedBunX. So stay tuned for that video separately. That was good. I learned a lot about using the characters. That's the hard part is this team is still very new for me because I just got Melania built up, you know, matter of a few days ago, not even. So they're still learning the synergies and the timings is a lot, but that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, that's a very good team you got there. They will brute force most of the content. I don't know why they were not doing damage in that specific fight, but normally they do damage.
I'll try to pay better attention to those stacks on Recoleta and use her ultimate wisely. But at the same time, you don't want to just sit there and not use her ult for multiple rounds, right? That'd be a waste.
No, you don't. Like, ideally, eventually, if you get Moldir from the future, which I actually not gonna say everybody should pull her because she literally only worked with Recoleta. But if you do, she is going to give you like the ability to literally just throw her precast cards or her versatile card every single turn to let her do her ultimate at max Moxie because she's able to generate 5 Moxie back every single turn along with her stacks, and she would just do like 200,000 damage in AoE per turn. But that's the future. That's when like everything is just out of control.
Oh boy,
every single team is out of control.
But luckily, this sounds like if you're a new player, you'd be like, oh god, is this game terrible with power creep? I think the answer is no, because they give older characters euphoria, right? So they kind of balance it out and bring people back up to the levels of newer characters. Is that fair assessment?
Yes, that's correct. So suppose the power creep is really a problem if like old character become obsolete super quick. But the truth is, for reverse, we have Euphoria, and they are also just kind of changing the direction of the game. It's more team-centric. We have a lot more interesting and crazy mechanic, which as a result, just because we're literally hitting that, we start to have more damage. But if you look at overall perspective, most of the older character at the beginning of the game have become viable against thanks to Euphoria. Most of the character in the middle will probably start getting low once their turn comes. And new characters, new team are usually, even though they also do have alternatives filled with old Euphoria characters, or just 5 stars. Like, some of the 5-star are insanely good.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've got to decide. I have 3 of those resources. If it's worth actually... I guess I'm not going to distract myself from working on the main team for now, but I do have those resources to take someone to take 2 or 3 people to Insight 3 immediately, so I definitely need to do that as well.
You can actually hold on that for now because we have some crazy 5 stars coming.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Things coming, or even the collab, if one of those are 5-star and they're really fun, we might want to max those out, but yeah, so I've got it ready. Where are they? There's 2 of them so far, so
nice.
I'll hold on to them for now. Okay, well, I guess I better wrap up there. Thank you so much for your time. It was really fun. I definitely learned a lot.
And thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate being able to talk with other content creator. I usually don't get a chance to do this because I'm kind of shy, honestly speaking. Also, I'm glad first 1999. I love to see more people join the scene for this game, and I hope you continue to enjoy it. If you have any questions, right? Feel free to ask. I do account reviews, and sometimes I carry people's reverie just for fun because I'm trying to prove that I don't just brute force everything with my P500. It's not really working out, but I'll try.
Okay, I like it though. Alrighty, so yeah, of course, guys, I will link all his stuff in the description below and pin comment, and maybe you'll see me on his channel too. We might do a collab over there. I know you want to plan some fun live stream stuff with some content creators, right, as well?
I do think it would be great if anyone's interested, hit me up in Discord. I want to have like, we can once in a while have a community tier list thing where we can as a group of content creators we can make on live stream. We can even have some story talks talking about the latest stories or event, and of course preparing for the collab. Everybody loves collab, don't we?
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm excited. But all right, yeah, thank you again for joining. And guys, if you watch this, appreciate you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to all the things. You're on YouTube, and are you on Twitch as well?
I am on Twitch, but honestly speaking, I'm pretty small there. I have like
Okay.
average 3 viewers, not gonna lie.
Oh no, okay. That's fine. We all start no YouTube is the way to go usually these days anyway.
True.
Alright, but thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.
Bye!